Chaves County Board of County Commissioners regular meeting, September 19, 2024. Commissioner Perry, would you lead us in the pledge?
If you could repeat after me, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you lead us in prayer?
Yes, thank you. Would you all join me as we go to the Lord? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, this beautiful fall day in Chaves County. We thank you for the many blessings that you've given us. Lord, we do ask for rain for our parched land, and we know it, if it's your will, you will send us rain. Lord, we ask for open hearts, open ears to hear from our citizens of this great county. Lord, we just ask that you be with our brothers and sisters in Israel and help them during this horrible, horrible time. Lord, we just raise up this day to you, and to God be the glory. Amen.
Amen. Madam Clerk, do we have a quorum?
Good morning, sir. Yes, you do.
Contrary to rumors, Chairman Bilberry is not suffering from a bout of short-timer's disease. He had actual business that he could not attend. I'd entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Dana. All in favor of the approval of the agenda, say aye.
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 Any opposed, like sign. The agenda's approved. Has someone read the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the minutes be approved from August 15th, 2024.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Taylor to approve the August 24 minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign.
August 15th. August 15th.
Excuse me, August 15th,
2020.
2024.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I knew
four,
there
right?
was a 24 in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
the
All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, like sign. The minutes are approved. Who do we have out there? Andrea, do you have anything for us from the chamber?
Thank you for having me this morning, commissioners. We are just plugging along at the chamber. We have started doing a monthly advertisement, full page in the newspaper to thank all of our brand new members, because we're trying to find other ways to give benefit and recognition to our new members. And I'm sure that last month you saw we had a big full, and it was a full page because we got everybody from January through July. And this Sunday, you should be seeing a full page ad with more detail with just our August members. So you'll see not only their name, but their logo, their address, and email or website address as it is pertinent. We have brought back our Lunch and Learns, which is our paid portion of our lunches that we've been that we do. And our first Lunch and Learn is going to be August 8th at 11:30 at the chamber. The Spencer Theater will be coming down to not only inform everybody of what the new season is, but a lot of people don't always know that they are open and available for special events and for tours and things like that. They have a new marketing director, so she wants to get down here and explain all the wonderful benefits for the Spencer Theater. And then on October 17th, we've got Rosie Rubio with Suri Consulting, who will be discussing leadership traits and qualities and going over the DISC personality. And that is a reschedule because she had fallen ill last week when we were supposed to have our first Lunch and Learn. So we will be having 2 in October, and we have started the process for Rise with Roswell. Our original date was during session, and thank goodness for my board that they're like, wait a second, remember, it's 60 days. So it will be the Thursday after spring break. So it'll be the last Thursday in March. And as soon as we have secured a speaker, then we will be getting all of that information out. But also in the meantime, we're working on getting save the dates. So if there's anybody that's interested or knows of somebody we should reach out that we don't traditionally reach out to, let me know, and we're happy to make sure that they're informed of what's going on. And other than that, that's what we've got going on. So it's short and sweet this month. And I stand for any questions.
Thank you, Andrea. Anybody have any questions?
Your
comments?
Spencer Theater Lunch and Learn's October 8th, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you said August.
Sorry, I meant October.
You've got Calder syndrome.
That's
Yeah.
probably
October 8th, and that's at
11:30. All of our
Okay.
lunches start at 11:30
Okay,
because
yeah.
we will start serving the food at 11:30, and then promptly at noon, we will start the actual program itself. Unless people have served themselves more quickly, then we'll start the program quicker. But right at noon, we'll start talking.
I think that's great. Spencer Theater's another jewel
It is.
in
It's
our lovely
fantastic.
neighbors in Lincoln
And-
County. I've been to many, many concerts there. And it's
Absolutely,
just
and they've
so-
got a
I'm glad they're
great
coming
season
back.
coming up.
Yes, they do.
I've been working on getting all of their information on our community calendar, and that's another thing, is I just reach out to the community. There's only 2 of us in the office. We try to know everything that's going on, but I can't tell you how many Fridays or Saturdays we're driving through town, and I'm like, oh my goodness, if I would have known that that event was going on, we would have helped promote it around town. So our community calendar is exactly that. It is open to the community. Anybody, regardless of membership status, is able to post on our community calendar. Now, if you're a member, we are going to put more flyers and more detail up, whereas if it's somebody that's a non-member, we may just put the basics on there because that is an added benefit for our members. But we want to make sure the community knows of all the wonderful things going on because there are things to do in our community.
Right. Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Commissioner Perry? Okay, you looked like you were going to say something. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you.
Who else is out there? Tamara, do you have anything for extension?
Felt like that was a long walk today. Good morning. We are coming off of a very busy season at the 4-H and Extension office. We got back Monday from State Fair. We had many youth do livestock and indoor exhibits, and we had 187 exhibits placed in the top 3 in their respective categories, and came home with a best of division and a best in show for one of our exhibitors for their leather craft. And so we thought that was
Awesome.
great. That hasn't happened, right? In the thousands of entries that go in, he had the very best one. We thought that was awesome. We head into Eastern Fair. Here in just a couple of weeks, we start taking exhibits next week. Eastern Fair also marks open enrollment for our 4-H youth. So if they missed out on it last year, October, that first week, starts open enrollment. So join in on that. FCS is gearing up for their annual showcase that's presented by our adult extension clubs. That's going to take place November the 12th out at the extension, or out at the fairgrounds, actually. We do have a change in our diabetic cooking schools that we usually do during the fall due to some state funding holdbacks. We can't start those until 2025. So we'll pick those back up in the spring. And other than that, our reoccurring programs are going strong on Ag and FCS. And if you guys have any questions.
You said the little Christmas, November 12th?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
correct? Out at
Uh-huh.
the fairgrounds?
Out at the fairgrounds, there'll be
Okay.
a showing at 1:30 and a
Okay.
showing at 6:30.
I heard you on the radio. There's a lot of good stuff coming up in that. Yeah, you guys have changed that up a little bit. They're
We
always
have. We're
fun.
trying to give that community an opportunity to kind of get involved and then give back as well.
Yeah, that's fun. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you all.
Thank you, Tamara. Kevin Wilson from Economic Development.
Good morning, Chairman Ezell, members of the commission. My name is Kevin Wilson. I have not been to a meeting yet because out-of-county travel has pretty much precluded that. But my name is Kevin Wilson again. I am a regional representative for the New Mexico Economic Development Department. There are 11 regional representatives like me throughout the state. We divide it into 6 regions. Chavez County is part of the 8-county Southeast region, which I handle along with my regional teammate Jim Lucero. I live in Roswell, Jim lives in Portales, and we're basically the boots on the ground for the department. We live in the areas that we serve, and we handle business for residents and businesses, and governments that are in our 8-county area. Basically, I come to you today for the best part of my job, that is closing out a Local Economic Development Act project, and that is with Leprino Foods. Now, generally, when we do a project, it starts with a 3-document process, and that would be the intergovernmental agreement, which allows us to give money to the county, who's the fiscal agent, the project participation agreement, which is between the county and the business, and then an ordinance that ties everything together. That's an inducement ordinance. And when we pass something by an ordinance, we have to repeal it by an ordinance. And that is why I'm here today for a successful project with Leprino Foods. Obviously, they're a very good asset for the state and for the county. They have consistently been above the job numbers. We had 550 as our job target. They're generally in the 570 to 600 range with an annual payroll of about $36 million. And we have economists in Santa Fe who are far smarter than I am, who have calculated the return on investment. And I've got a state return on investment of 14,478% and a public investment of 22,322%. I've calculated that. That's pretty much about going 15 for 15 on the NFL parlays. So if there are any questions, I stand for them now.
Oh, just welcome to the job, and we're glad to have you around.
All right, thank you, Councilor. Commissioner Perry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I created a distraction. I don't mean to have the silence.
Well, thank you, Kevin. We will repeal your ordinance for you at the top of our agenda.
Much appreciated, Chairman.
Ms. Wakefield from Eastern.
Morning, Chair and Commissioners. How are you?
Good
Helen
morning.
Wakefield, sort of reporting out from the wonderful grant that you provided to the university, Project C3PO, $50,000, which is a lot of money for us to continue what we're doing. On September 26th, which is a week from today, out in Lake Arthur Municipal School, we will be having and this is a pilot grant, so I have to come up with the names. So one was hotspots and hot dogs. This is not that. It's digital literacy and laptops. And so we will be providing 64, but you have purchased out of the money, allowed us to purchase 67 laptops, and also Microsoft licenses, which are home and business, and they're in perpetuity. So just like every Christmas, it seems like that pop-up comes up on my laptop that says your Microsoft subscription is expiring. The recipients of our laptops, and due to you, the ones that we're going to deploy on the 26th, they won't get that message because they don't have to pay for them. And it's wonderful because this particular one, usually I have to target them toward certain populations, students 18 and over, small businesses, or community members. This one is community members. And I've learned from my FPO, which is my federal program officer, that as long as this particular event is held in Chavez County, whoever comes. So, I'm taking,
Really?
that's why, I know. That's why, that's why I'm taking reservations, like it's a five-star restaurant. I have flyers out in the car, it's posted different places, but I have 64 spots. And call me, I'll take your information, and then hope to see you there. However, you do have to agree that you will be provided with this brand-new laptop. You'll open it up there, and our instructors will be there to teach you how to set up and install the Microsoft software. So it's about, I would say about an hour and 45 minutes, and the reason is because of connectivity. Our Wi-Fi, we have to work with what we work with, but you leave out with a brand-new laptop. So any questions? Oh, I did want to give you an update. Our hotspots, we were to deploy 114. We've deployed 852, and I will not be deploying any more. That's pretty much it. With the laptops, 264 have been deployed. It was only going to be 77. So with the additional 67, we'll be well over our numbers. The number of digital literacy classes that our grant called for was 194 at this point. As of October 7th, when our last class ends, 917 classes would have been completed. And we have 9 classes in session now. 3 are all in Spanish. And 39 people will be graduating in this or getting a certificate of completion in this cohort. The total number of participants that the grant called for was 960, and we will be at 1,326. So, any questions?
What was the date again?
The date
For Lake
is
Arthur?
September 26th. It's at Lake Arthur Middle School, and it's from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. And it's not a staggering time. You need to be there at 5.
Is it 5 to 7 or 4 to 6?
5 to 7, and the reason
Okay.
why. Do we need something to change something?
No, I thought that the last email said 4 to 6, and that's why I
Well,
was
I
just
had to go
clarifying.
and talk to the principal.
Okay.
It's going, and it cannot be, it was going to be in their auditorium, but it doesn't have any type of those desks that flap over, and I don't think people who are new are going to be opening up all that, so we're going to have it in the cafeteria.
Okay,
I have a flyer I can bring to you
Thank
if you
you.
wish. Yes, but from 5 until 7, and it will probably take about an hour and 45 minutes for the completion.
And do you have a phone number for people
Here I
that
go.
want a reservation?
We do. 575-624-7396. 575-624-7396. That's my office number. Somehow people got my personal number. I do answer it, but I'm not giving it out here. Even though it's out there.
It's a pretty seedy looking
Well,
crowd.
no, the grant doesn't pay for cell phones because, well, the grant doesn't pay for cell phones. And they could also call the hotline if they wish, and the hotline is there for more than this. It's open to whatever your questions are. And that number is 833, no, stop, 806-833-6432. 806-833-6432. And that is our hotline that is paid for also through the grant. And it's open from 8 a.m. until midnight, Monday through Friday, and on Saturdays and Sunday, noon until midnight. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wakefield. That was a great report.
I hope to see you there.
Will you teach me how to copy and paste?
Now, he's having some issues. Can you come up?
Who else we got out there? The jail, the detention center, do you have anything for us?
Good morning. Commissioners, County Manager. So for the jail, all I have to report is lately our count's been over 300, so we're blowing and going. Our count's extremely high. Inmate programming is at an all-time high. We haven't had this much inmate programming for probably the last 4 years. We have several different areas that we're programming. The idea behind that is just try to make productive citizens because they're going to be coming out to our communities, so we're trying to do everything we can while they're there. We recently went through our audit and our fire marshal inspection. We're still waiting on the reports for that. But with that being said, I want to thank my staff there at the jail because they made it possible. They really stepped up, and all the credit goes to my guys. They really did a great job, and we kind of, for lack of better words, we whipped it back into shape. And there's going to be some discrepancies on those reports that we just couldn't do nothing about. It was the prior years, and I just can't fix that. Next week, we'll be attending the Elite Academy in Utah. So we're hoping to bring back a lot of knowledge from that academy to implement it at our facility, as well as getting ready, because I fully intend on chasing a Nigel accreditation as well. So hopefully we can get the ball rolling on that. But that's all I have. I stand for any questions.
No, I'd just like to say thanks for the leadership that you provided. It seems like it's come in a positive direction.
Thank you, sir.
Here, here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian, you got anything from Flood?
Morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Just a quick update from Flood. We had no significant runs on the Hondo in the last 30 days. We'll be cleaning up the mud from Ruidoso for a while. But other than that, we did have a pretty good run on the north or middle Barindo Creek, which depends on which map you look at, and the Salt Creek. This was due to a single storm. Some areas up there received as much as 6 inches in one day. The runoff from the Salt Creek temporarily increased the discharge of the Pecos River by 2,000 CFS, so it was a pretty good run.
Wow.
The middle Barindo also experienced some pretty significant runoff. We don't have gauges on this creek, but the staff monitored the flood throughout the day, and it stopped right at Barindo. It basically filled up the low places and went underground, so it never made it to the lower Barindo. It did close low water crossings at North Atkinson, East Pine Lodge, and Calumet. Like I said, very little of it made it, very little, if any, made it to the actual Barindo Creek. And other than that, it's been fairly quiet the last month. So that's all I have, and I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you, Brian. I see a BLM shirt. Do you have anything for us, or? No, thank you. Joe, Road?
Good, thank you.
Let's move to agenda item 1 then.
Mr.
Unless I
Chairman,
missed somebody.
we have a proclamation this morning. And
before
then
the
we'll go into
proclamation.
that, if that's all right.
Yep. Commissioner Taylor.
It's my honor and a privilege to read this proclamation in honor of Victoria Arnett Day. Whereas the vision of the Boy Scouts of America is to prepare every youth in America to become responsible, participating citizens and leaders who are guided by the Scout Oath and law. And whereas Eagle Scout is the highest rank attainable in the Scouts BSA program by the Boy Scouts of America. And whereas Victoria Nicole Arnett fulfilled the requirements to obtain the rank of Eagle Scout and was formally awarded the prestigious honor at the New Mexico Military Institute on Sunday, September 8th, 2024. And whereas Victoria is a native of Roswell and is the first female to receive this honor in Chaves County. And whereas since its inception in 1911, only 6% of Scouts have earned this rank, and only after a lengthy review process. And whereas the Eagle Scout rank has been earned by over 2.5 million youth, however, female recipients were first awarded the honor in 2020. And whereas requirements include earning at least 21 merit badges, 14 of which are mandatory for the award, Eagle Scouts must demonstrate Scout spirit, an ideal attitude based upon the Scout oath and law, service, and leadership. And whereas to receive the Eagle Scout Award, an extensive service project that the Scout plans, organizes, leads, and manages must be completed. And whereas Victoria completed a complex service project improving the landscaping at the McBride Veterans Cemetery that will be both utilized and appreciated by our community for years to come. And whereas Victoria, a junior New Mexico at New Mexico Military Institute, maintains a 4.0 GPA, serves as the 1st Battalion S4 Logistics Officer for the Corps of Cadets, and holds the rank of captain, and serves as the Catholic Council President. And whereas her leadership is evident in all she does, as such, Victoria plans to attend the United States Air Force Academy to pursue a degree in engineering after graduation. Now, therefore, the Board of Commissioners of Chaves County do enthusiastically proclaim September 19th, 2024 as Victoria Arnett Eagle Scout Day in Chaves County, done this 19th day of September 2024 by the Board of Chaves County Commissioners. Victoria is unable to attend our meeting because of her class schedule at the Institute, but I think we'd like to call her father, Bobby Arnett, who was also her Scoutmaster, up here to receive this award for Victoria.
Patience, Jesse.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thanks again.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I'd just like to add, for those of you that are not familiar with the scouting program, the Eagle Scout Award is a fantastic achievement. I can't believe how difficult it is. I know when our son Gabriel obtained the award a few years ago, the amount of work that goes into it is unbelievable. And I congratulate Victoria for all the hard work and effort that she put in. And I know at the time when Gabriel received his award, one of the persons on the review board who'd been a scout in scouting for all his life, he got his wallet and he showed me his identification card as an Eagle. He says, once you're an Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout. And he had his card, and it was signed by President Richard M. Nixon. Every scout that receives the Eagle Award gets an identification card and a certificate signed by the President of the United States.
Okay, moving on to, we have a public hearing on the ordinance repeal. Bill?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this ordinance pertains to O-116, which would repeal ordinance O-100 and nullify the intergovernmental agreement between the State of New Mexico Economic Development Department and Chaves County and the project participation agreement with Leprino Foods Company for economic development in Chaves County. The goal of this project was to maintain 550 existing jobs while creating 5 new jobs in Chaves County to reach a total of 555 jobs at Leprino Foods Company. The project participation agreement set forth milestones and requirements for Leprino Foods Company to obtain the economic development funds. Leprino Foods met all provisions listed in the PPA, and Chaves County completed all the payments to Leprino Foods Company with the approved funds as required in the intergovernmental agreement. This is a public hearing. It was properly advertised in the Roswell Daily Record. Staff recommends approval.
Okay, one thing first is, are we repealing O-100 or O-110?
We are repealing O-100. Is that not correct?
It says 110 on our agenda. It says
Oh, really? No, it should be
on
O-1.
the front page of the agenda.
Yeah, I've got
On
the
the-
documents here. Let me just verify that
On
real
the
quick.
agenda that we received by email, it says O-100.
I have a lot of
And so
documents
does the
attached, so,
ordinance. The ordinance says O-100 too.
Okay,
yeah, it should be O-100.
Yeah.
all right.
It's
then
just on the printed agenda. it
That is
says.
correct. Okay, this is a public meeting. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of the repeal other than Mr. Wilson? Anybody online? Is there anyone that would like to speak against the repeal of this ordinance? Anybody online? I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve ordinance number O-116 that would repeal ordinance O-100, which approved a LEDA project and authorized the execution of an intergovernmental agreement and a project participation agreement for LEDA, eligible expenditures for an expansion and construction for a frozen warehouse facility in Chaves County at Leprino Foods.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Taylor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Your ordinance is repealed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners.
And well,
Page 25.
thank you. I'm on 24. There it is.
Came in just in time.
Yeah.
It's always the last place you
Item
look.
number 2, dealing with ordinance number 8.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda item number 2 is to amend ordinance number 8, Chaves County Personnel Policy. I first wanted to point out, since the agenda has gone out, there are 3 areas that we made some minor changes to. First one being on page 10, we just extended the definition of nepotism to include immediate families, spouses, children, parents, siblings, grandparents, grandchildren, in-laws, step relationships, and members of a household or domestic partners. The next thing I wanted to point out is page number 22, testing. 8.9A, we added the language, additional attempts at testing may be approved for payment at the discretion of the elected official or county manager. And then on page 24, under 9.6, donating vacation, we made a change to include due to personal hardship resulting from death of an immediate family member to qualify for vacation donations. And then the last one is on page 17, 6.14, written notice. We changed 3 days to 2 calendar days for the advance of the hearing date notice. And for all the other changes, this is to amend or clarify multiple sections of Ordinance Number 8, Chaves County Personnel Policy, to include Section 3, Recruitment and Selection, Section 4, Changes in Employment Status, Section 5, Conditions of Employment, Section 6, Basis for Employee Discipline, Section 8, Compensation and Benefit Program, Section 9, Leave and Holiday Pay, Section 10, Miscellaneous, and Section 11, Organization, Manpower, Pay, and Position Classification System. This is a public hearing and was properly advertised in the Roswell Daily Record, and staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Stan, have all these changes passed your muster?
Mr. Chairman, Commission, yes, and I want to say they did a really good job putting this together.
Was it you, Stan, that pointed out all the insures?
No, but they did a really good job.
All right, this is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience or online that would like to speak in favor of this ordinance amendment? Is there anyone that would like to speak against this ordinance amendment?
We're looking at you, staff.
Seeing none, I would entertain a motion.
Can I ask one quick question?
Well, of course, we'll always have a discussion.
On page 8, the 5.2 probationary period for deputy sheriffs, is that because they go to the academy and it takes another year?
Yes.
So you're giving them another year to evaluate?
Yes, so they're gone for about the first year, and then when they come back from the academy, their probation is over, so you really don't get to evaluate them.
Right.
So, yeah, we need that extra year.
That's good.
Yes, it is.
Very good.
Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to amend Ordinance Number 8, Chaves County Personnel Policy, to be known as Revision Number 23.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
And does revision number 23 adequately identify it for the purpose of the record? Okay. Any discussion on the motion? It was moved by Commissioner Taylor, seconded by Commissioner Perry. All in favor of the motion?
Commissioner Dana.
Oh, Dana, I'm sorry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign?
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I'd really like to thank the Board of Commissioners, not just the current board, but the previous board. You guys treat our employees better than we could ever expect, and these changes to the policy just help us to do a good job of retaining the best of the best, which our county is known for having. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And page number 74 is the next
for
required
agenda
page.
item number 3, Agreement A 24050. Alex.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda item number 3 is for Agreement A-24-050 between Chaves County and the New Mexico Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department. This would be to approve amendment number 1 to previous MOA dated September 19th, 2019. The Department of Energy has agreed to provide funds to offset costs associated with a hazardous materials response to a WIP transportation event under the MOA for Chaves County Fire Departments. This amendment increases the potential award amount to not exceed $40,000 from the previous $11,000, and staff recommends approval.
How does it work?
So in the past, they've been providing about $11,000. We've provided either training or hardware to, in preparation for any hazardous events that could potentially take place on the WHIP corridor, US 285.
And Mr. Chairman, we are limited to strictly the area that pertains to the waste isolation pilot plant.
True.
So this is increasing from 11 to 40?
Potentially.
Is that enough?
Yes, that's been more than enough. We, Chaves County and the volunteer fire departments have to come up with a work plan that we submit to them, and so they approve our items, whether it's hardware for the radio towers, communications items, or this year where it's anticipated to be training, has Whopper training, and there's 3 different levels of it, along with some maybe like Geiger counters and PPE in particular to hazmat and what even. So they still have to approve that and depending, on budget and approve a certain amount. Their cap has been $11,000, and now their cap is going to be $40,000. So.
Which of the volunteer fire departments would be eligible?
Right now, the 5 are listed is East Grand Plains, Midway, Sierra, Burindo, and District 8, because their districts kind of encompass the corridor.
And so this has nothing to do with the Roswell City Fire Department?
Correct. They have their own amount.
They have their own deal
work
with
plan that they
DOE.
have to submit.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you for that information. Any other questions?
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to move to approve Agreement A-24-050 between Chaves County and New Mexico Energy and Minerals and Natural Resources Department.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Perry, second by Commissioner Dana to approve the amendment to Agreement A-24-050 between Chaves County and Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign.
Thank you.
The motion passes. Item number 4 is on page 77. Anna.
Hi, good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Item number 4 is the request to approve Agreement A-24-051 for Apex Solutions proposal and Agreement A-24-052 for the lease agreement to U.S. Capital Corp, and also give me, the purchasing director, signature authority for the financing agreement with U.S. Capital Corp. A little backstory is Chaves County will be purchasing 42 outdoor cameras to the exterior of the Chaves County Detention Center to upgrade the surveillance of the facility. The equipment and installation is offered by Apex Solutions, which is the proposal that's attached and called Agreement A-24-051. The contract is procured through a New Mexico State Price Agreement, which is agreement number 00-0000-20-0093. The equipment is going to be leased for 60 months with U.S. Capital Corp at a cost of $5,369.65 monthly. The payments will be made to KS State Bank. The purchasing director, myself, is seeking approval to also become an additional authorized individual to sign concurrence with the lease agreement forms. There's probably about 20 additional signatures within the lease agreement that I didn't feel we should bombard you with. So if you'll give me that authority, then I'll go ahead and take care of that portion. The funds have been approved per the fiscal year 25 budget, and staff recommends approval.
Any questions?
Ms. Nieto, do you know if this is this the same camera platform you're currently using? So they're compatible, everything's good?
Exterior, Briscoe, if you want to help answer that. It is the same company, but we don't have exterior cameras right now. But they're the same ones as far as indoor. Is that correct?
That's correct. It'll work with the system that we currently have. Currently, we only have 3 outdoor cameras, and this will provide 360 view of the whole outside and the perimeter fence as well.
So it's essentially just like adding some more cameras to the platform you have, you'll be good to go.
That's correct, sir.
Great.
And if I remember correctly from Finance Committee, these are the ones that are motion detected, so it's going to be the same screen, so it's not,
That's correct.
it's not a camera just with
Right.
60 or 42 more TV screens that don't have anything on them.
Right.
So,
These cameras have the technology that if they have a motion detection, it'll pull up an alert on the screen, it'll blow it up in our control center to alert the security staff to check that area.
So using the words of the famous George Jefferson, you're moving on up.
Very much so. As we learned at our last walkthrough, these were very much needed. They will be installing these cameras, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. You will be telling them basically, or do they, who does the strategic planning as to where they go? You,
So prior-
along with them?
Yeah, so prior to the agreement, what we did was we called them out and we did a digital map of the whole institution to show that it will cover. So they were all placed on that map prior to even getting the quotes.
Cool. And with our walkthrough, weren't we told we needed upgrades to our inside? Has that been done?
Yes, so part of this too is the 3 cameras that are outside, they're gonna be taking those and utilizing them inside, replacing some of our older cameras and relocating some of our cameras that are currently in there, just so we don't have double coverage and we can cover more of the blind spots in the jail.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you.
any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve request to approve amendment agreement A-24-051 for Apex Solutions proposal and A-24-052 for U.S. Capital Corp. And give purchasing director signature authority for a financing agreement with U.S. Capital Corp.
I second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Dana, a second by Commissioner Perry to approve A-24051, A-24052, and to give the purchase director unfettered authority.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, you go, girl.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. The motion passes.
Thank you.
Page 105 would be the next.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Agenda item number 5. Ellie.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, County Commissioners. As to agenda item number 5, the ratification of agreement A-24-53 between Chavez County and the New Mexico Transportation Traffic Safety Division. The Chavez County Local DWI program would like the ratification approval for the fiscal year 25 agreement between Chavez County and New Mexico DOT. The amount awarded for FY25 is $12,299, and this amount will partially pay for one of the DWI court compliance officer's salary. The term of this agreement will be from October 5th, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. Staff recommends approval. I stand for any questions.
Why is the term commencing on October 5th instead of at the beginning of the fiscal year?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, it's due to the agreement when the last signature was received for the agreement.
So it's not a new position, it's just a late
Yes, that is,
signature for money for an old position.
yes, that is
Okay.
correct.
Any other questions, comments?
Mr. Chairman, I move for ratification of agreement A-24-053 between Chavez County and the New Mexico Transportation Traffic Safety Division for the FY25 amount for $12,299. to pay for one of the DWI core compliance officers. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Thank you.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Taylor to approve agreement A-24-53 between Chaves County and the New Mexico Department of Transportation Traffic Safety Division. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, page 120 will be the next.
Item number 6.
I'm going to ask for more. No, just kidding. I'm not. Item number 6 is the request to approve agreement A-24054 with Facility Build of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And this is for the St. Mary's Complex Cooperative Extension renovation. Chaves County solicited a bid from Facility Build of Albuquerque, New Mexico to both design and construct the renovations for the St. Mary's Complex Cooperative Extension building. This was formerly the I Associates office. The bid was received for $756,400.53, including gross receipts tax. Facility Build is an approved vendor through CES contract number 2023-05-R1248-all. This is partially funded by state appropriation number 24-I-2871, and the remainder will be from the capital outlay. Staff and legal have reviewed the proposal, and staff recommends approval.
The one that needs to approve it is sitting way in the back.
I think she's waiting on us.
Oh.
She's waiting.
Are we happy? Okay.
We will be. We will be.
And Mr. Chairman, for this agreement, have we seen what they're going to do to this building? Because it's a fairly new building.
Yes, we've had meetings as far as the design and what we're doing within the building to accommodate them.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Doing what to it?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, before we ever purchased the building, we met with the 4-H staff and Drew and everyone to take a look at it. I believe you were there as well, Commissioner Ezell. And we took a look at it and said, if we could purchase this for you, what would it take to make it work for you? And we pretty much deemed that the center portion of that building where they had multiple recovery areas for people who had had surgery, if we remove all those things that are in the center, and it's a freestanding building, so they're not structural walls. If we remove those items in the center, it had more bathrooms than you could count. Remove some of the bathrooms, and that would open it up to a large conference room area, which is much more usable than the trapezoid, or I'm not even sure what shape your current conference room is. Undisclosed shape. But anyway, we'll have a large conference room that could be subdivided. We'll have offices for each individual part of the organization. We have a reception area, and we have a place, probably most importantly, where the kids can come at night when they're meeting with their individual 4-H groups, that they can come in and they can utilize the building and not have to go through the front office because there's multiple entrances. So we identified all those things that need to be changed up front. Actually, I sketched it out originally. We sent it back over to Tamara and Drew, and they redrew it a couple of times. We went back and forth and came up with a pretty solid plan for what was going to work the best for them. And then Alex came aboard, and Alex took it to the whole next level and made sure that we had all the appropriate changes made and some refinements to it. And then, of course, Alex has worked with Facility Build, which is a design build organization. So we feel real confident with the plan that we have moving forward, that's going to work well for Cooperative Extension. It'll be their home for probably the next 50 years, so we want to be sure it's as good as we can get. Thank you.
Facility Built is a new vendor of ours. Is that correct?
For us, yes, that I've seen in our history. I haven't seen that we've used them, but they do have a New Mexico State price agreement and a CES agreement, so I think they're well known. They're trying to get in our area. They're interested in a couple of our other projects, so we thought we'd entertain them with a proposal and move forward.
Did this went out for RFP?
No, it didn't
No.
actually, with the time crunch and the time frame that we
Oh.
want to accommodate cooperative extension. I found them on a cooperative agreement where we can do a design and construct without doing the design RFP and then coming back with a bid proposal.
Oh, okay. And what is the timeline? Are they going to start here pretty quick?
They're waiting for this approval today. They're ready to come down. They're ready to come move in and get started on it. But we've got a couple paperwork things to push, and then we can schedule dates to start pre-con at least.
Do we know if they're using local subs or anything?
Do you know any of that, Alex?
Local subs? Okay. All right. I mean,
So,
Mr. Chairman,
in the end game, we're going to own this building, or they're going to own the building?
it's our building. It's our requirement to provide for the Cooperative Extension Service. Probably goes back to the days of Land Grant University and their involvement in the communities with agriculture. That's why we're providing for an office for the Cooperative Extension
And
Service.
a follow-up question, who's going to be responsible to pay the city water bill?
We pay the water bill on that property.
Oh,
So-
we may have to talk about that.
yeah, we might have to go.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, back to your question about facility build. When Sonny was here, probably when I came here 10 years ago, we were doing a couple of small projects with facility build. Sonny had used them quite a bit. They're from Albuquerque, as I recall, and they do good work. They do utilize the local subs as much as possible, but they're pretty much an in-house entity. So they have specialists that'll handle this portion of it and that portion of it. So they do reach out to the local community, but they also take care of a big portion of it in-house. And that's why they're able to design the project, because they've got professionals that are in the plumbing part. So they know that what they're presenting is going to be beneficial for them and us both. Same thing with the construction portion or the electrical. They do reach out, but they have their specialties in-house as well. And we've been pleased with the work that they've done. So,
Good.
thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, I'll add that the design-build process, they claim to, usually that process saves about 20% in cost from designing and then going out to bid on construction, because you're doing it in a time crunch manner, so.
No, I think that's great. I know with my husband being in construction. Yeah, this is great. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I move the request to approve Agreement A-24-054 with Facility Build of Albuquerque for the St. Mary's Complex Co-op renovation.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dana, a second by Commissioner Taylor to approve Agreement A-24-054 between the county and Facility Build of Albuquerque for the cooperative extension renovation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? The agreement is approved.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, the next item is on page 123.
This is agenda item 7. Ellie is back.
Yes, me and Anna are tag teaming over here. Mr. Chairman, County Commissioners, as to agenda item number 7, Resolution R-24-042, the ratification approval of the DWI special application for fiscal year 25. The Chavez County DWI program would like the approval to submit the fiscal year 25 local grant DWI special application. This application will be requesting an additional $47,000 for the community wellness and outreach component for our prevention programs. The application will fund the project year October 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. Staff recommends approval.
Mr. Chairman, as we heard in our last DWI meeting, this $47,000 is going to Diane Taylor's programs. Is that correct?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Dana, that is correct. This is solely for our prevention programs.
Thank you.
Would you like me to give an example of the proposed programs we plan for this?
No, we heard them in DWI. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
No, sir. And if it be okay, I'd like to move to approve Resolution R-24-042 to ratify the approval of the DWI special application for FY '25.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Commissioner Perry, a second by Commissioner Dana to approve Resolution R-24-045 for the DWI special application for fiscal year '25. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. The resolution is approved.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the next item is on page 134, and it is Resolution R-24-043, which would be ordering the Chaves County Assessor to impose the 2024 certified tax rates. The Chaves County Commission receives a certificate of tax rates from DFA each year in September. The Commission is required by statute to issue a written order imposing the tax rate at the rate set on the net taxable value of the property. A resolution ordering the county assessor to impose the rates must be approved each year. It's important to point out that these tax rates are set by the Secretary of DFA and not the county. And I'd also like to add that the rates are provided to you in Exhibit 1. We have a printed copy here on the counter for you. And I would like to also point out something that our assessor, who pays so much attention to detail, told me about. The date on the top of this is 8/30/2024. A subsequent set of tax rates came through on 9/3/2024. She looked at each line. There are no changes, so the only change from what you see in front of you and the official copy is the date of 9/3 rather than 8/30. Why they did that, we don't know. And I will stand for questions. However, if they're very difficult at all, Sandra Stewart, our tax assessor, will be answering on my behalf. Thank you.
Any questions or comments? Come on, folks, this is ministerial. We have to do it. It's not like we're
Shucks.
raising any tax rates. We're just imposing them.
Shucks. Mr. Chairman, I move we approve Resolution R-24-043, ordering the Chaves County Assessor to impose the 2024 certified tax rates. We're telling you, girlfriend. Thanks to the legislature.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Taylor, to approve Resolution R-24-043. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. The resolution is approved.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 9 is on page 137, and it's Resolution R-24-044, supporting the New Mexico County's 2025 legislative priorities. Each year, the New Mexico Counties works with their Board of Directors to determine the legislative priorities for the year. This year's priorities are, number 1, House Bill 2 appropriations, which would be A, detention reimbursement fund for state prisoner housing cost, B, courthouse funding, C, detention and recruitment and retention, D, firefighter EMS recruitment fund, E, emergency medical services, F, 700 megahertz radio systems. Item number 2 would be equitable disclosure, and again, I'm glad that the assessor is here because she or Commissioner Dana may have to answer your questions because they understand this. Item number 3 is IPRA improvements. Item number 4, resources to support border-related humanitarian and crime efforts. Resolution R-24-044 would support all of these 2025 priorities that are put forth by New Mexico counties. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you, Bill.
Does our
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
board
Yes.
member have anything?
Yeah, we go through each year. Thank you for allowing me to be on the New Mexico Counties Board. New Mexico Counties is a great organization that helps counties, our affiliates, Assessor Affiliate Commission, which thank you very much for hosting our assessor affiliates. Last week, it was interesting to sit in on y'all's meeting, too. We come up as board members. Each affiliate comes in and gives what their priorities are and present their case to the board. The board then goes through and we put the priorities up and we tag them. These were the ones that the board felt as a board, as a whole board, to go ahead and talk to our legislators during the session. We have our conference in January at the beginning of the session, and this is what we came up with as far as our priorities. Now, affiliates, treasurer affiliate will be up there, assessor affiliates, DWI. They will all be up there. IT even will be up there with their priorities within their affiliate. Detention 2 will be up there. So, but these were what the board felt like were the board priorities that we came up with, we voted on as a board to go ahead and move forward with. So, like I said, Sandra, thank you very much. Your affiliate, assessor affiliate, has really come up with the equitable disclosure. That one's going to be very interesting. We learned and we found out that out-of-state properties do not get assessed as equal as in-state properties. Is that correct? Am I saying that correctly?
I told you this was complicated.
It's very complicated.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. Yes, that is correct. Basically, what happens in the state of New Mexico, you are required by law to disclose what you pay for a residential property. You are not required by law to disclose what you pay for a commercial property. And that is problematic to us as assessors because we have difficulty determining what those commercial properties are worth. And people who own commercial properties don't ever want to disclose their profit and loss statements to us. If they did that, it would make it much easier. Coincidentally, many of these properties have out-of-state owners. And so what ends up happening, I'm not sure that taxpayers really realize that you are going to pay however much in taxes you have to pay to cover the cost of public education, government, you're going to pay. And so the people who aren't paying shift that burden, and right now we are of the opinion that residential property owners are being penalized because we are not always able to fully determine the cost of commercial properties. The real estate industry, and as most of you know, I have a real estate license, the real estate industry has really fought commercial disclosure. And so what's happening in many jurisdictions, for example, in Santa Fe this year, there are a lot of new assessors out there, a lot retired and new ones have come in. And in Santa Fe, he just doubled all of his commercial rates. And sometimes that's where we're left is, in my evaluation, one of the minor problems that PTD brought up was they weren't convinced that we are properly assessing commercial properties, and it's very difficult. Basically, in Roswell last year, there were quite a few commercial property sales. There were also more land sales than we've seen in a long time. And so we were able to use the values that we could come up with. Some people will disclose to us. They will certainly disclose if they paid less than the property is worth. Then they're eager to disclose to us. But if they paid more than they think the property is worth. They don't want to disclose. And yes, you're correct. It is primarily out-of-state owners that end up not paying their full share. We have the same problem also on short-term rentals and Airbnbs. And as an affiliate, we're trying to address that as well. And basically, the meeting that we had here was we invited people from the real estate community. We did have one representative I saw from real estate. And they're all afraid that what will happen is commercial prices will shoot up. And ultimately, that's what will happen if we don't get to equitable disclosure. So the proposal with the legislation is to do it over a 4-year period so that we get to 50% of what the property is worth the first year, and then we gradually increase it over the next couple of years because we're really far behind. And Chaves County, we have been very far behind. We've also been behind on land values, but we're really working on that to bring those up.
Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. And yes, your affiliate is working on this and other things too, so we appreciate that. Hopefully that explained it a little bit. But also we have the IPRA improvements. That was another issue that Municipal League, we're working with, New Mexico Counties is working in conjunction with Municipal League on IPRA improvements. Everybody is absolutely swimming in IPRA, so they're trying to come up with some solutions to take to the legislature on that too. So this is kind of basically in a nutshell what our priorities were and what we felt were good priorities for the board, New Mexico County's board, to take up as priorities during this next legislative 60-day session. So thank you, Sandra.
Sandra, is there a movement or a feeling that an Airbnb, which is a residential structure, should have more or less value than a owner-occupied full-time residence?
So commercial values are higher than residential values. And the belief is that it's the primary use of the property. And I do want to say we have a new, our chair of the assessors affiliate is Damian from Bernalillo County, and he is a new assessor and he's an attorney. And so we've really had some strengthening in our affiliate. But the belief is it's your primary use. So if I own a house and I decide that during the air show I'm going to go take a trip and rent my house out as an Airbnb, that would not affect my tax rate. The primary use of my home is still my residence. Where we believe there should be a distinction is when over 50% of the use of the property is commercial, which is what that would be. If you are using a property primarily for commercial purposes, then it should be taxed at a higher commercial rate. And again, it's the equity. If it's not, then you, the homeowner, are shouldering more of the burden than the people using their properties for commercial purposes are.
Interesting. Thank you. And on IPRA improvements, I'm assuming we're looking at things like some kind of limitation on the number that incarcerated people can
Yes,
do. And
it's been very interesting on the IPRA. Also, too, maybe coming up with a fee structure. You know, I mean, you know, every county, even little bitty counties in the state of New Mexico, has had to come up and hire an IPRA person to sit down and go through these IPRAs. And it's ridiculous. County clerks, they hit them, and our detention centers. And it's just...
And law enforcement.
Yeah, and law enforcement, and it's out of hand. So we're going to be really working on that. And what's nice is we have a new president of Municipal League. I know, he's
Lynn.
had a hard time, Lynn, with Ruidoso, but I talked with him at one of our events here in Chaves County, and he said Municipal League, they're drowning too in IPRO requests, so we're working on that together, and it's a nice collaboration. I'm glad we have the collaboration because we need to. It's like I said, it's ruining the smaller counties and smaller municipalities too. So hopefully we can come up with some solutions with that.
If Lynn Crawford takes on any more hats, he's going to have to grow another head.
Poor guy. Yeah. But, you know, Municipal League, back in the day, it was a force just like New Mexico counties, and he's trying very, very hard to bring it back up. And his members, they just had, they had a conference in Curry County and Clovis, and I didn't get to attend, I wanted to, but from what I understand, it was a very good conference. So they're getting there. But I think having that collaborative will hopefully send a message that we just can't keep doing this anymore. So thank you.
If there are no other questions or comments, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, may I go ahead
Yes.
and approve Resolution R-24-044, support for the New Mexico County's 2025 legislative priorities?
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dana, a second by Commissioner Taylor to approve Resolution R-24044, where New Mexico, Chaves County enthusiastically supports the New Mexico County's 2025 legislative priorities. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. And the motion passes.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the next item is on page 141, and it's a request to change the November 2024 Board of Commissioner meeting date to November the 14th, 2024. We are scheduled to meet on November 21st, 2024. Staff requests the meeting be moved to November 14th, 2024. Otherwise, we'll have to call and advertise for a special meeting, as would be required to canvass the general election that will take place on November 5th. So if we can move this back a week to November 14th, we can get both birds with one stone, I guess you'd say. Staff would recommend approval.
I thought the birds were supposed to be getting in November turkeys.
At the end of November.
Mr. Chairman, I move to change the November 2024 Board of Commissioners meeting to November 14th, 2024.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Perry, to change the November 2024 County Commission meeting from the 21st of November to the 14th of November. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. The meeting is rescheduled.
Thank you, and I think the clerk thanks you as well.
Everybody break out your phone and
Yep.
move your meeting.
She's smiling like she has good news.
She does.
I do have good news. I'd like to point out on my staff summary, for some reason, I think fiscal year 2022 was a good year. I apologize, I had a typo in there. It's actually supposed to be fiscal year 2025. But agenda item number 11 is DFA approval of fiscal year 2024-2025 final budget. This is for the minutes. DFA does require this to be part of our minutes. There's an attached letter from DFA that was received indicating its official approval for our final budget. No other action is required. We're just complying in accordance with Section 6-6-2 E-NMSA 1978 that we have reviewed and certified the final budget along with DFA's approval. Budgets approved by the division are required to be part of the minutes of our governing body. And just a quick update, I've been working with Bill on completing, now that we have the official approval from DFA, for our GFOA packet to submit it for the Distinguished Budget Presentation Program.
And again, no approval is needed, but I do stand for any questions.
Madam Clerk, I would ask that you make the minutes reflect that the DFA has approved our fiscal year 2024-25 budget, although it probably wasn't as good a year as 22.
Thank you.
Approval of checks.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the checks in the amount of $3,492,595.43.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Dana, to approve checks. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
In the amount stated in the motion. Any opposed, like sign. The motion passes. Approval of reports.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve reports.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Taylor to approve reports. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. The reports are approved. We now go to unscheduled communications, limited to 3 minutes per visitor, not to exceed 15 minutes in total. No formal action will be taken by the commission. Yes, sir.
Marvin Clements, 6102 Kincaid. I missed last month, but I thought maybe something was going to happen around my neighborhood. They're still chopping cars up. They're still living in camp trailers. They're still got junk all over the place. Nothing's changed over the 2.5, 3 years that I've been coming down here. I got a whole bunch of regulations. We got state statute says that they can't recycle cars without a license. Well, they're still doing it. I've complained to Alex. I've complained to Lewis. I complained to the sheriff's department. Well, what's it going to take? If we can't do anything, then y'all need to tell me just to stay home. That's all. You know, I don't know what else to do. People cannot live in all these camp trailers over at 209 Hobson. 302 Ryan Road, they quit chopping cars up on Ryan, and they moved across the street to a piece of property that don't belong to them and chopping cars up. I call Lewis, tell him about it. He says he'll talk to the sheriff. Well, they drug another one up there last night. They just drag junk up there and just keep doing it. I don't know what we can do. Everybody says we're working on it. We're doing the best we can. And I don't know what the best we can it has to do. We've got to do something. It's not fair to me and my neighbors to have people dragging trailer houses down the street at nighttime, 2 o'clock in the morning. One tire on the axle and one tire off the axle. Drag it. Park it in front of the house. And then I gripe to the sheriff, and the sheriff says, well, we can't, not him, one of the sheriffs. There ain't nothing we can do. We didn't catch them. Why don't you go take a picture? Well, guys, I'm not going to get out there in the middle of the night and go take a picture of these guys pulling a trailer. By the time I get my butt out of bed, they're done got it parked. They tear up the streets. Took the road department regulations says they can't do that. There is regulations about recycling, okay? Got them right here written down. There's regulations that says you have to have a septic system. Nobody cares. Environmental department don't care. All these junk, the house up there at the corner of Lee and Hobson, old white house that caught fire and you guys condemned it. Now people just haul their trash up there and throw it out in that yard. piled up. There's a whole, I don't know, there's just so much of a mess. You can't have 17 junk cars. Oh, and that's my collection. I don't sell parts, so I should be able to keep a whole bunch of junk cars. If he wants to keep a bunch of junk cars, this is the people just north of me, then put it in the backyard and put a fence around it so I don't have to look at it. I'm not going to sell my property, but you know, I'd like to get up in the morning and look out my window and see not a bunch of junk cars, flats and all that stuff. It's not fair. People come down my street, break into my car, break into Mike's daddy's car at nighttime. So I go over to the city property fence over there and fix the property fence so that they can't come through the chain link fence. Well, I didn't change nothing. I don't know where they come from at nighttime. They just come out all subs and they storm the neighborhood, do whatever the hell they want to do. But we need to clean up some of these neighbors, the 209, the 302 Ryan Road. Clean these places up, run these people out of my neighborhood, and I'll bet you that my neighborhood will be a lot safer. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clements. Bill, do you have, or Mike, do you have a response for what might be going on that Mr. Clements is not aware of?
So, Commissioners, Chairman, just so you know, we do go out there. We're dealing with the individuals that he is talking about usually on a daily basis. One thing that he is correct. By the time we get out there, they've already got the trailers moved. They've got things down the road. We don't catch them in the process. You can see drag marks on the road themselves, so we know that it's happening. We're getting them on warrant arrests. We're getting them for other kinds of arrests. We're just constantly out there. And like I said, my dad also lives in that area, so not only does Mr. Clements call, but so does my dad, so does everybody else. And it's a constant traffic that is out there, and I'm just going to tell you the way that we see it. It's a bunch of drug-using people that have, and some of the homeless that have accumulated to that area. And until we can get more teeth about people living in those motorhomes and other things, and like he said, there is no septic, so they're using the bathroom everywhere, doing whatever they do. But it's a constant thing for us. We're called by the neighbors, we're called by everybody. So as we get out there, we're handling it, but you have to have something to be able to charge them with. And then the other problem you have, as well as all of you know, you can put somebody in jail, they're just not going to stay there. It's just a temporary thing, and these individuals that we're dealing with have no issue with going and spending the night in jail and come right back out and continuing the same activity. So we're doing it. We just need a little more teeth, and I think that has to be something that's addressed through the legislators.
Can you file criminal charges based on security camera footage?
Yes, if we do have video, we can do more. The problem that you have is sometimes we may just get a vehicle doing something. We don't know who the actual driver was. So the clearer the video, the better chances we have of getting a prosecution out of it. The issue is, and Mr. Clements will hit it right on the head, a lot of the neighbors just don't want to get involved, and they don't want to be the ones to produce that camera footage, because then we have to list who it came from. And there's a fear there, and it's legitimate.
Right. Thank you, Sheriff.
Mayor,
Please, Louis.
Chairman, Commissioners, we've also had planning and zoning, we've taken to the effect that when they drag these vehicles, if they leave them in the right of way, we try to get to them as fast as we can to take that benefit away from them. So we get Rudy's Towing out there as fast as we can. We do eat the cost as part of our cleanup funding that is available that you have granted to us. But they've gotten smarter about it, and they pull it on the property as quickly as they can, which I cannot go after. That particular property across the street from Mr. Chips, we will be assessing and bringing forth as a condemned property on the list. That one, along with Mr. Gibson's property, which is next door to Chips, and then the one down on Lee and Hobson, those will be our three primary issues in that area.
Are any of those three occupied by the owners?
No, they are not. As a matter of fact, the one across the street, the original owner who lived in Florida has moved on. We've asked the county to assist us there in Florida to relocate or find him, but they have not, he's not left any information of where he's moved to. So it is going to be on the tax sale as well. So we are going to, that will be in September. I don't know when the next tax sale is, but that property will also be on the tax sale. So we'll need to clean it and lean it as quickly as we can.
Okay.
And also working with Stan and the ETZ, rewrite of the ETZ ordinance, we are trying to make that stronger.
Right.
And trying to get that taken care of, the number of RVs that are allowed, the penalty especially.
Increasing the fines. Yeah.
Right. So, thank you.
Mr. Clements, I know that's not the answer you wanted to hear, but it's not that we're not trying. Please keep coming. Please keep calling, because we have faith in you. So, any other unscheduled communications? Yes, ma'am, Ms. Rita?
Good morning, Rita Kane Dorhofer, Keep Chaves County Beautiful Secretary, Educational Director, Youth Employment Director, and of course, trash. We got our grant approved. That means we can spend money. 2 hours I spent with Anna yesterday. She's got gray hairs from this. She went above and beyond. Most of the Keep Whatever Beautiful gets compensation from their city or county. We are a stand-alone, but I think we are much more, we get much more from the county. Every employee, and they know when I'm coming. Alex can hear me coming through the door, and Bill can hear me. But everybody, I mean, I've been in finance 3 days this week. And I'm coming back with Anna. Also, the road department. I don't use the sheriff very much, but we are having a chili cheese festival from 10 to 9 in conjunction with the farmers market. And of course, Keep Chaves County Beautiful will be there with our trash bags, our trash receptacles, and everything else. But if you gentlemen or ladies can walk through, you may find somebody that is selling something. You all know her, and she's selling her baked goods. She's approved to do this. I spent Anna spent over $3,000 yesterday, and I'm going to see her next week because we're going to spend another $4,000. So we're going to eat up the $8,000 that they originally gave us. So thank you all for carrying us until the end of June. Also, the road department. I lean on them very, very heavily for trash collection, and the city of Roswell has approved no tipping fee for the chili cheese. We also thank the Chaves County for giving us electricity, for giving us the land to use and the land in back of the courthouse. Also, we got the budget, and I wasn't very happy with the approval. We only received $600 for the tree that we were going to plant on the courthouse lawn in Jim Gill's honor. Well, $600 is all I can spend unless some people decide that they want to chip in and we can get a bigger tree. And we know where we're going to put the tree. Remember, we spent on 4 trees last year. Well, one of them is dead. It's never coming back to life. The other one we are trying to save so we can put it in that area. Let me see. Oh, and Ellie, she left. She always leaves. I can't thank Ellie enough and Ray for providing community service. We cannot pick up trash. We cannot do anything on the courthouse lawn without the community service workers and the youth employment workers. Does anybody have any questions? Please do not ask me what I'm spending my money on. If you want it, Anna has copies. I believe I was in finance today with copies. I will be there. You can find out how we are spending our money. And I always come up there with my little forms from Amazon or from Sam's or from wherever, and Anna finds it cheaper. I mean, she finds it less expensive. So we're trying to be good stewards of this money. And we will write our reports, we will take our pictures, and anytime anybody has anything where they need our help, we are there. We will need the help of the road department, and I've already thanked the 2 gentlemen that are here from the road department. They don't know what they're doing yet, but they said, whatever, we will take it. We have to have new signs. For some reason, they've changed something. They want new signs, so once we get the new signs, we will need the new signs put up. This way is yes. Thank you again for volunteering on that. Does anybody have any questions? No, you don't care where I spend my money as long as we spend it and we write the reports and we get grants every year. I thank you for helping us.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask her a question?
Of course.
Where can we make out a check to keep Chaves County beautiful to contribute to the tree? How do we need to do that process?
You probably need to talk to Annabelle.
Okay.
So you can do something to do that.
Go through finance, okay.
But we cannot, we will not put in the tree until we get water to water that tree.
Good choice.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, you know, I'm out at 3:30 in the morning, and I have taken pictures. Some of the big water misusers are the county and the city. I take pictures of sidewalks that are not growing because, you know, the water is there. We need to have somebody out there at 3:30 in the morning. I will be out there with them, and we can reposition the waters. You want to be out there too? I'm good. You're good. Well, I'm just saying. Oh, by the way, they are redoing the water. They're going to have a workshop, and then they're going to have a city council meeting on the 30th at 10 o'clock, at 6 o'clock at the Civic Center. But we really need to reposition the waters. We really need to hire somebody who knows about plants, trees. I have talked with Drew. I've talked with Tamara. Oh, yeah, I talked with Tamara. Maybe we can get the master gardeners to come out and help a collaboration, because I can't do it myself. Any other questions? Thank you for your support, for your always helping keep Chaves County beautiful.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you, Rita.
Anyone else?
What?
I don't know if there's anyone online or anyone else.
Is Is there anyone that wants to make an unscheduled communication online? Or anyone else in the room? County manager.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, a couple of things I'd really like to highlight. One, we have a young lady sitting here by the door who is dwarfed by the size of Lieutenant Drake, as most of us are. Natasha Villanueva is our new IPRA coordinator, I think is the actual term that we chose for her. She's doing a real good job. She's hit the ground running. She understands what she's looking at, what she's doing, and how to maximize all the stuff that we need. And she's working well with the Sheriff's Department. Also, shout out to your people that help us with IPRA because, as you know, you provide a large amount of those. So thank you. Welcome, Natasha. We're glad you're here. I don't know if anyone's been down Pine Lodge Road yet. I want to do a shout out to Alex, to the road department, Angelo, Joe, the rest of their staff, the contractors that did that. That was a very difficult project to do because that's become the de facto truck route. We had to reroute traffic. We didn't want to create problems in the city. We didn't want semis going by Miss Minnie's at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and you know how that is over there. So we took some very specific precautions to make sure traffic knew how to get around. It didn't matter. Some of them still went around the roadblocks and got stuck turning around out by Randall's and all kinds of fun stuff. But generally speaking, the project went very, very smooth. It was timely. They went in there. They got it done as quickly as possible. If you haven't driven down it, treat yourself. That's the best Pine Lodge Road has been on that section in my recollection. They're in the process of painting it, putting in a couple of not speed bumps, but indicators by the stoplight or stop sign there on Atkinson. They did a really good job, and just really want to thank everyone that was involved in that, including the contractors that did that, did a good job. They're going to be doing some more of that on Pine Lodge, and then hopefully next year we'll get TPF funding to go ahead and complete Red Bridge in the same manner. But they did a really good job. Project C3PO in Lake Arthur next Thursday, and I'm glad that Ms. Wakefield said it was from 5 to 7 because previously it had been 4 to 6. So I'm very happy to find out it's 5 to 7. Commissioner Dana is planning to go. My wife and I are going. I don't know if anyone else is willing to go or if they're going to be in Hawaii and just have to do it through Zoom.
All right.
CCDC has been doing some repairs to the maximum security area. They've done a real good job of keeping that moving and on time. Same thing with Alex, with Annabelle, with procurement, with facility maintenance. Everyone has worked really diligently to assure that the shortcomings there are resolved in a very short manner so they can get those maximum security inmates back into that area. As you're aware, we had someone think that the ceiling would be a free ticket out. So they managed to break the ceiling and get up and found out that they were just trapped above the ceiling. And of course, they did a very quick job of getting them back down and resolving that. And now the ceilings are reinforced in that area. I don't understand why they think they need to destroy property, but some of them do. But anyway, that's come along. They've done a lot of really good work there. It's good stuff. We went to Washington. I'm not going to say a lot because I think Commissioner Perry will probably talk on this, but I feel like Annabelle, Commissioner Perry, and myself went to Washington for several days last week. I think that we're safe to say that we will be getting north of about $4 million in PILT next year. We met a lot of friends and foes on Capitol Hill through the NACO fly-in. And we tried to connect the dots for them on how important PILT is to our communities, what it pays for, why we're due PILT, and it should be in perpetuity rather than have to be reauthorized every couple of years or every year. Same thing with Secure Rural Schools. We wanted to be sure they understood the correlation between those, that if Secure Rural Schools is not funded, they take it out of the PILT pocket. So the counties that have nothing but trees and forest there, that works good for them. But those of us who have no trees or forest, they lose a significant amount of money. And this is a serious thing because there's even one county in Nevada that's 98% federal lands. So they have 2% tax base to pay for everything that goes on in their county. And they've put a pencil to it, and they've evaluated that they have enough money on their 2% tax roll collections that they do to run their county for a whole 18 days. So you can see how important the payment in lieu of taxes is, and it is owed to us. The federal government has agreed to pay us for these kind of things, and then they're like a bad tenant. You know, if it's nothing more than really a negotiated discount on your taxes. And for instance, if I go in and see Sandra and say, hey, I'd like a discount on my tax, I'll give you $1 for every 10 I owe you, she's going to throw me out, first of all. Second of all, if she agreed to it and I didn't pay the taxes, she's going to put my property up on tax auction. It's going to end up there. Federal government, they come in, they offer us less than we're really willing to take, but we have no choice. And then they're not even a good tenants. They don't even pay their bills, and we have no authority to make them do that. So it's real important that we make our legislators in Washington understand the significance of PILT and SRS, and we did have a good opportunity to do that. Cooperative extension renovation to the floor plan, really excited to be moving forward on that. I'm almost as anxious as Tamara and Drew, but looking forward to that getting started and completed. Eastern Fair's coming right up. I want to do another shout out to the road department. When the fair comes, sometimes we get calls from Rick Ford, and he asks if we can assist them with cutting the weeds around the place or delivering some water to keep dust down when the animals come in. And we also spray for mosquitoes so that people that go out there don't get eaten up by mosquitoes at night, because there is a lot of water when they're cleaning the animals and that. So we want to be sure that we minimize those things. And the road department always steps up and does a really good job with that. So thank you again. That's all that I have. Thank you guys again for helping us with our policy changes in the personnel policy. I truly do believe that we in Chaves County have it made because of what you do for your employees. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Commissioner Perry.
Well, Bill alluded that something about Hawaii over there, and he made a little crack, but yes, I'm going to Hawaii tomorrow to see my son. And one of the main reasons I'm going is he works at a golf course, so we get to golf for $5 at 2 different golf courses in Hawaii. So I'll be thinking about you guys back there in the prisons while I'm golfing in Hawaii. To touch a little bit on the trip that we took to D.C., it's an eye-opening experience. It was very educational, especially to be with some of the county commissioners from across the United States, particularly the ones from Montana. They educated us on some different issues that they have, but it's nice to get to. We visited with 6 senators and congressmen and women that day. It was good communications. It was amazing how many of them knew about PILT and how valuable it was, and it was the other half had zero idea what we were trying to get done and how much we needed it. The one thing that was amazing to me is, you know, New Mexico gets a decent amount of PILT. Chaves County gets around $4 million, and it's important to us. It's 8 or 10% of our budget, I think. And to them, it was considered decimal dust. It was nothing.
They said decimal dust a lot.
Decimal dust is what they describe it as. So we're working really, really hard to lobby and get $4 million. It's a lot of money. I mean, for us, it's a whole lot of it. It's 10% of our budget, and over there it was like, oh, that's it, you know, nothing big. So it's kind of an odd thing, but it was eye-opening. It was Washington, D.C. is a different animal, and I was glad to see it, but I'm also very, very glad to be home. Very glad to be home. So that's all I had to say. Good to see the people from Chaves County really do a good job. Annabelle knocked it out of the park. Bill did a great job. Another shout out, Bob Widener did a fantastic job. When we were in those meetings, there were specifics that we didn't have any idea were going on about sponsors, or how he could talk to this sponsor, to talk to that sponsor, and talk to that staffer. And the integral knowledge that he had was amazing, I thought, just amazing. So thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Taylor.
I'd like to again thank all our staff, the wonderful staff we have here, and I think the fact that we could make the changes to the personnel policy because we have a great staff and we want to retain that staff. And I think as commissioners, we appreciate all the hard work of our entire staff, of all the people that we work with. The other item is October's coming up next, I think, here in about 2-3 weeks, early voting starts. I encourage everybody to please vote. Vote early. I think all elections are important, but this one probably is one of the more important ones. Please take the time and go vote. When does the office open up for early voting? 8th? Okay, October 8th, and just go down there and they'll be happy to let you vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Taylor. Commissioner Dana.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. October 8th, Cindy, are we going to still be in Area D? Yes. Okay, so there will be no construction problems or anything, you think? And secure? Okay, good. Thank you. I know that's an ongoing with our building, and have we started that down there in Area D, the communication
No, we
center?
haven't.
We haven't,
we
okay,
have
so
not.
everything's fine down there. Okay,
But-
good,
But we're anticipating accommodations for
okay,
voting.
good, thank you. Thank you, just want to say thank you again to everyone. Thank you, Road Department. I did receive a call, we had people that were very upset about the road, and Dragonfly Festival, thank you, Alex, for monitoring that and assuring everyone that Dragonfly Festival, people will be able to get, I mean, there was so much misinformation going around that they were about ready to pass out maps how to get to Bitter Lake. And I reassured, Alex helped me calm the staff down and tell them everything is going to be fine. This isn't the city of Roswell. We don't do things in 2 years. Ours was a start date and an end date, and we did it. So thank you very much for doing that and calming the fears of the employees and volunteers at Bitter Lake. Just thank you to everybody. Like I said, we had our assessor affiliate. Thank you very much for hosting that, and I'm glad we were able to have. It's always nice when we can bring other people to Chaves County and kind of highlight what we do and listen to the issues in other counties. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Sandra, for that. And just want to tell everybody, thank you again to our staff. We have an amazing staff, and we sure appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. I just reiterate what everybody's already said. Annabelle, congratulations on the DFA approval. I know it's just a formality, but it's still nice to have that in the bag. And we are happy to do everything we can through changes to the personnel policy or anything, because we truly believe that we have the best staff in any county in the world. So it's a pleasure working with you, and keep up the good work. And with that, we will adjourn this meeting and go sign papers. Thank you all for coming.